Welcome back to Ballers World Live, the best entertainment in basketball. Real quick, Golden State is up right now. Just want everybody to know Golden State is up. I just was going
by
to
2
drop that out there real quick.
points.
Don't
2
worry
point
about how
game.
many points, an inch or a mile. Now, in the studio today, we have an amazing guest, somebody I was really excited to have come in, Trevon Muhammad from Soul Brother. Go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what Soul Brothers does.
Thanks for having me. Well, we start.
Let's get his mic. Hold on.
sorry,
Get
one second, your
turned
mic.
up there. Get your sound right.
Try
Check
that.
1, 2.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
you. There we go. Here we go.
My name is Trevon Muhammad. I grew up in the L.A. area, Inglewood to be exact.
Yep.
And I was fortunate enough in high school, yes sir, to go to a school called Crossroads School in Santa Monica. I was the class right before the infamous Baron Davis. We had a guy on our team named Austin Crozier who was, I think, the 14th overall pick.
Yeah.
Got paid
Yeah.
and disappeared after that.
Big time money. Well, he killed the Lakers, though,
Yeah.
in that
he
series
did.
in Indiana.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
torched us.
But he got paid and disappeared after that.
He did. That's my guy, though. Be
Yeah.
careful.
No, shout out.
So anyways, I played hoop growing up. I played at Crossroads, went to UC Davis, D2 national champion,
Nice.
was second team All-State, first team All-League, first team All-CIF,
Yeah.
the whole nine. So I started coaching, believe it or not, with one of your cousins, Josh Shipp.
Yeah.
California Team
There you
Select
go.
was actually the first AAU team I ever was associated with as a head coach.
Yeah.
And I think on Josh's team, 12 of our kids all went
Yeah,
high
y'all had
major
some
D1.
hoopers. Yeah, you guys had some hoopers.
With the
on that
exception
team,
of
right?
Robert Swift, who was a lottery pick straight out of high school. So I think we did all right.
Got it.
So after coaching that, I started coaching with Baron Davis. And then, long story short, I was coaching at the middle school at Crossroads. And we had a group of 8th graders who were graduating 10 years ago. And they had a community service project that they wanted to start. And what they did was they collected approximately 400 pairs of gently worn athletic shoes, and they donated them to the local police athletic league in Santa Monica. So they also wanted to start an AAU team because most of those kids on that team had been together since kindergarten. And they didn't have a name, so they decided to keep the name of their shoe project, which was Soul Brothers. So we started that team. Things went well. The following year, the 8th graders who were graduating the following year wanted to piggyback off the previous project. So they did so, and then we happened to be playing in a basketball tournament probably like 3 months later, and we were playing against this team, and this kid was torching us. I mean, just flat out killing us. And so after the game, you do the handshake, and I just happened to look down at his shoes, and he had some Vans on, the high-top skater ones.
Wow.
So I cracked a joke like, yo, bro, you left your shoes at home? What's the deal? He was like, no, the kid I usually borrow shoes from couldn't make it today. I was like, wow. So I asked him, what size shoe do you wear? He wore 10.5, same size as me. So we go to the trunk. I toss him a pair of shoes. No big deal, in my opinion. I get back in the gym. His coach is like, yo, he's never owned a pair of basketball shoes. He's in the
Wow.
corner crying tears of
Oh,
joy.
wow.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So my current co-founder was my assistant coach. We decided he can't be the only kid in L.A.
Yeah.
that needs a pair of shoes. So 2,200 pairs of shoes later, we stand here. So
2,200?
2,200
Wow.
pairs.
2,200 pairs. You guys are local kids, or do you guys just
Local,
distribute out?
international, as
Okay.
well as national.
Tell us about some of the international connections or kids that you
So
guys help.
a friend of mine, real good friend of mine, his name is Keep Away Trim. He's from Trinidad.
Yes.
And he came over to the States from a program that was started in Trinidad where a guy went over to Trinidad, did basically a basketball camp, and took the best kids and showcased them out here in the States. He lucked up and got a Division I scholarship. He ended up playing overseas, Japan, China, Italy, you name it, and he played overseas for about 17 years.
Wow.
So he wanted to give back to Trinidad like what was done for him. So last year was his first annual Big Man Camp. And when he sent out the flyers for kids to register, most of the kids never owned basketball shoes. Some of the kids didn't own shoes at all. So we at Soul Brothers donated 33 pairs of shoes to the camp.
Yeah.
So we outfitted every single kid in that
Wow.
camp.
That's
That's
amazing.
great.
That's amazing.
man.
And through that, we also donated. There's another organization on the internet. I think the Children of the Caribbean or something along those lines. We sent 25 pairs of shoes to that organization, and then they went to the Caribbean and donated shoes all over the islands.
That's
Wow, that's
amazing.
amazing, man.
So-
And go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Alexis.
so where do you get these shoes? Where can people
Took my
find you?
question.
Maybe
There you go. That's a great
No.
question. There you go.
We literally get them from all over. I mean, I just got an email 2 days ago from a family, I think in Utah, who are just going to ship last year they sent about 12 pairs of shoes. This year I'm assuming they're going to send 10 to 12 pair.
Yeah.
We get them locally. We got NBA guys. Darrell Rice donated shoes. DeLon Wright has donated shoes. Believe it or not, I got a good friend, the GM at Golden State. He's sent shoes to us before. A friend of mine, Jordan Baruki, who works in the front office with the Clippers, has helped us get shoes from the Clippers organization. So we've been doing pretty well.
That's amazing.
And there's a lot of gently used shoes out there between all the Division I and
Oh my
Division
gosh.
II organizations and
Yeah, I mean,
NBA.
there's
it's
some-
like
there's thousands, if not millions, of
just shoes
lightly
laying around
worn
that have
shoes.
been worn once or twice,
Yeah.
and that's wonderful. You can just repurpose and get them to people who really need them.
Absolutely.
Well, I also think it's a testament to the times we live in. You know, typically in America, we have a lot of things in abundance. You know, and I myself, you know, I can go open my closet right now and probably got 8, 9. And my wife always like, "Why you got these damn shoes? You never wear them." You know, I'm like, you know, hearing this story, there's kids out there that, like you said, they've never had their own pair of new tennis shoes, or even lightly worn is new to them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And what's funny, when we started this and really got into it, we got our 501c3 and really start,
So you're
reaching
a
out
full
to the boys.
foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
We started reaching out to the Boys and Girls Clubs and the YMCAs. I assumed it'd be kids who had nothing.
Correct.
What I come to realize, the kids who need the shoes the most are those struggling lower middle class families where the kid does have a pair of J's on or
Yeah.
a pair of Kobe's on.
Yeah.
But those are his practice shoes, his game shoes,
Right.
his
Everything.
workout
Shoes.
shoes.
Right.
If he's taking someone to the movies or
Throwing
she's
those on.
going to
Right.
movies, he or she's wearing those as well.
Right.
And I've noticed those are the kids we end up donating, at least in LA, the majority of our shoes to, is the kids on the surface look like they're doing well, but
Yeah.
they really aren't.
Correct. How does it make you feel? You know, you look at your career, you talk about all the success you've had, whether it's at the high school level, collegiate level, and the relationships with the pros, and now you're involved with AAU to see that you're having this type of impact. Was that in your plan, or did you even envision that growing up?
Not at all. I mean, growing up, I've always wanted to work with children. Once my playing days were up,
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be making this type of impact, and it's a beautiful thing. I could be having a bad day and get an email of a parent, son or daughter needs shoes. You go, and
Yeah.
sometimes, not always, the parent starts crying because they were literally choosing between the light bill and buying their son shoes, because we don't just do basketball shoes. So we do Vans, Converse,
Oh wow!
Adidas, you name it. Any shoe a kid could play PE or do PE in, we donate and or receive.
So how can people get shoes to you? How can they support you? And specifically, is there any other way that, we can provide a level of support to get people to meet up and drop shoes off?
Right,
what
like a
can
shoe
we do?
drop or anything? like
There's multiple ways. One, you can go on our website, soulbrothers.org, and that's SOLE, brothers, common spelling, BROTHERS.org. And if you click email, that email will go directly to me. We do home pickups.
Okay.
Drop-offs. We usually meet people to drop off just because our storage is just at a storage facility. We don't have an office space just yet.
Yeah.
We're working on that with fundraisers and donations, so on and so forth.
Sure.
Or they can be shipped in, and we'll give out via email, we give our shipping address.
Okay. How many shoes are you guys taking in a day or a week, just to kind of get because you're throwing some big numbers out there, 2,200 shoes, 2,500 shoes over here to
Right.
international. Like, how many shoes a day are you guys, or a month,
It's
a week? you
peaks
guys
and
are
valleys. I would say monthly we probably get anywhere, on a bad month, no donations. On a good month, we can get 300 pairs of shoes.
getting? Is there a
wow.
shortage?
No,
Okay,
we
cool.
do not have a shortage of shoes. Believe it or not, there's a shortage of shoes going out. If it was up to me, I'd be donating shoes 7 days a week, 10 hours a day.
Wow.
It's much harder to get the word out as much as shoes come in,
That it's
because
available.
I'm around basketball players all day, every
Yeah.
day. But we're at 2,400 pairs of shoes, so we're doing pretty good.
That's
Good.
amazing.
Are there any upcoming fundraisers or events that you guys have planned?
We don't have an upcoming fundraiser just yet, but we will be doing one this summer at Sunin Restaurant in Santa Monica.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow,
Definitely get us the
we'll
dates for
definitely-
that.
Yeah,
We'll
the dates,
definitely
everything.
promote
we'll do,
that out.
definitely.
Promote and support in any way we possibly can.
Much appreciated.
Now, as far as other ways that people can reach out to you, social media or anything like that, any other ways they can kind of push the agenda so other people can find you, since it seems
Yes.
like that's the hard part.
We're on Instagram at
Okay.
Soul Brothers Inc. SOLEBROTHERSINC. We're on Twitter at Soul Brothers Org. Our website is soulbrothers.org, and we're on Facebook at Facebook.com/soulbrothers.org.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, before we go to break, who's your pick? Right now, it's not looking good. The Cavs are down by double digits
So my
on their
heart,
home floor.
my
So who's
heart
your pick?
wants LeBron and the Cavs, but my head is telling me Golden State all day.
That's all I
So
care
the
about.
smarter side is speaking.
The smarter
right?
side.
Oh,
Absolutely.
my
That's why I wore the
God.
glasses today.
All right. Well, listen, it's been great having you on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know, we take a lot of things for granted here in this country, and you know, you don't think that there's kids out there in America that don't have a pair of basketball shoes or shoes, let alone because you know we're so caught up in what's going on in our day-to-day lives. So I think it's huge that you guys are taking on this role and supporting kids in the manner that you are. And any way that we can help in the future, please let us know.
Thank you, bro. I really
Yeah.
appreciate
Trayvon.
it. Thanks for having us.
Thank
Trayvon
you.
Muhammad, thank you so much. Soulbrothers.org. Check
Yes,
them
sir.
out and support them in any way you possibly can. Soul Brothers, SOLE Brothers. Well, that's it. Let's go to. We're going to break.
Going to break.
One more shout out to AntaAmerica.com. We got to talk to Anta about this too. Soul Brothers.
Kyle is trying.
is
Kyle
he?
has reached out.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Awesome.
That's okay. Perfect.
Definitely.
And
Perfect.
shout out to the baddest DJ on the land, DJ Mystery.
DJ Mystery.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.